Hey folks, Randy here with Doing Cut and Trim. So today we are doing a video, and I can't actually remember what this video is called. But I figured, these videos can be kind of boring when you're just watching somebody work the whole time. So I figured I would actually give you some narration this time. This lawn is in a neighborhood where I actually have like 6 or 7, and it's actually a pretty nice. Well, it's like a moderately nice area. So make quite a bit of money in a short amount of time in this area. So when I'm servicing a property, I try and always be as absolutely efficient as possible. So I try and have as little time where the machine's not actively working. So like for the sake of example, this might be obvious, but you edge the one side, you edge the other, and then I actually think on this one I forgot to edge the other side, like the grass between the sidewalk and the street. I think I actually did forget that. This yard's a little weird because it's actually a construction site. I think they're remodeling it on the inside, and they want it mowed every week. Honestly, not sure why. Most construction folks don't really care about that, but on this one they seem to care. Oh, see, did I remember to do that front? Maybe I was. Did I remember? I guess we're on front. Nope, I did not remember. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and edge this front area, and then I'll just kind of head to the backyard. This yard actually is pretty easy. I mean, it's pretty standard, how everything works around, this place. I mean, it's kind of a cookie cutter property, and they don't have anything in the backyard, so it's just, very simple. Yeah, like that side of the porch, there's just nothing. I wonder, like, I'm actually watching this video on my GoPro. That's the only way I could think to record this. So I don't know if you guys can actually hear the sounds of me recording this video. I'm actually recording this in a car. A friend of mine, their vehicle broke down, and they needed to get home, and so I said I would sit with the vehicle until the tow truck got here. And so I figured I'd pass the time by doing this. So yeah, I'm just pushing that broom handle out of the way. We've been in the middle of a drought here, so honestly, this backyard, like, it had only grown maybe half an inch to an inch, so the backyard didn't really need it. But I'm not one of those guys where I only service like one part of the property. If you're gonna pay the whole amount for me to, charge your card, I'll do your whole property. So if nothing else, you get some stripes going in the yard, so it looks nice. This property is a little weird in that they've got this concrete pad in the back. I don't know what the point of it is, but I just kind of knocked the stuff down in the back. It looks presentable. So it's got, actually, honestly, I wouldn't mind having something like this in my house because they got this shed right there, but then there's this like open space where you can store stuff right there, and I think it's pretty cool. Uh, I guess I could easily just do something like that in my yard, but why do that when somebody else has already got it? At some point, this house is going to go for sale. But actually, I don't know. Well, I'm kidding. I don't really have any desire to live here. If we move from where we're living, we'll just go somewhere. I don't know. Probably upgrade a neighborhood. This neighborhood's probably equivalent to the neighborhood I live in. So now I am done mowing. Or done trimming, I mean, and I'm heading back, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to remember that I didn't trim that, or edge that area that I was just talking about. So let's see if I remember. Did I remember? Oh, I remembered, because I'm heading over this direction, and I turned that sucker back on. I wish I could figure out a way, like I wish GoPro just like realized when it was upside down and would just flip over. That would be kind of cool, because I like these edging things, but it's kind of annoying that they're upside down. But I want to keep the video, one continuous shot, because I like to show, how much money we're making in a certain time frame. I think that I actually really like these types of videos where you get to see, like in real time, this is how long it took to make the money on this property. This is a $35 lawn, and I don't think this takes long. I think this sucker takes like 10, 12 minutes. I think we're already almost halfway through it. And, to be completely honest, it would probably go a little faster if I wasn't worrying about the camera. I mean, I just wasted, 10, 15 seconds right there just making sure you guys could see me open the gate. Which, by the way, I got to fix the gate because I got the Gorilla lifts on there, and those black roller things. One of them flew off on the right side, and so the chain is like rubbing against it. And so we're gonna have my 23-year-old mower start on the first pull. Good job. Oof. That is not the most pleasing sound, actually. That engine. I swear it's in good shape, but it does sound a little tappy. But I think that's just the microphone, because when I'm actually running it, it doesn't sound that way at all. And so, in case you couldn't tell, the camera is mounted to the knuckle buster on the mower. And I'm doing something right here that I actually hate doing, and I usually don't do. And that's where I drive up on the neighbor's driveway to get onto the property. I really don't like doing that. And honestly, I don't know why I did that there, because I personally think that's unprofessional. When you're servicing somebody's property, I don't think you should ever go on the neighbor's lawn. I mean, like, unless it's like something like you can't help it, but just generally speaking, I don't think you should ever be going on their property. So when I service a lawn, I'm trying to do it in as few turns as possible. So that's why I do that first swipe and just go directly into the backyard, because I don't want to waste time, spinning around right there. I'm probably not actually saving any time, but I like to think I am, and I try and do everything as efficient as possible. So, with hydros, I think the rule of thumb is to make 2 circles and then start doing your stripes. In my experience, at least with the mower that I have, that doesn't really work. You got to do 3 circles and then you can start doing your stripes. But like on this property, there's a lot of space like towards the house where you don't really there's not really any grass, so it's easier to turn around. So I think I do like 2 swipes or 2 complete circles in the backyard, and then I turn back around and just you'll see what I'm saying. I think this is my second turn, so I think I'm just going to spin right around here. Yeah, I am. And then I'll just go back up, give myself some more turning around space on this end, and then go to start making some stripes. Which actually, honestly, on this property, I don't think you can even see them. You could earlier in the year. I actually put some pictures on my Google business profile because I thought this guy's backyard looked really great. But with the drought and a lot of this grass going into dormancy, it's just not working out for me. So speaking of Google profiles, I really hope you guys set up your Google profiles and are active on them, because honestly, I think that's why I've gotten a lot of business this year, because I'm very active on my Google profile. I try and post pictures at least once a week, if not more. Customers actually are able to contact me through the Google profile, like the Google My Business profile is what I'm talking about. They're actually able to text me from within Google, and they can ask questions, like public questions, and of course, they can leave you reviews. My company is got 20, is it 20? Yeah, 20 reviews on Google. And for lawn care companies, that's the most out of anybody in my area. And it's not because I'm doing anything special, it's just because I pay more attention than most of the other guys do. And I really believe that's why we've been pretty successful. I mean, I have to look. I think we only spent $15 on marketing this year, which I consider actually to have been very foolish. In hindsight, I wish I would have kept spending money, even though we were getting more customers than we could possibly service. I wish I'd kept spending it, because, even if I was working harder than I wanted to, we're in a drought now, so that would have just been that much more money that we could have squirreled away. So the backyard's done. So now I'm heading back to the front yard, and the front yard is just a very weedy place. It's kind of hard to make it look nice. The neighbors on the left, where I'm running along their driveway right now, they can be a little rough. So I try to keep off of their properties absolutely much as possible. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just going to do my best to kind of finish this one off. I do my best to put stripes down on this one, but honestly, I got to be a little careful because I really don't want any clippings going on the neighbor's driveway, or at least as few clippings as humanly possible. Looks like the camera's like shaking a little bit. I wonder why that is. So, yeah, and so now I'm striping away. But it's like funny because the yard, like, it doesn't look like anything's really grown on it. And actually, I think my stripes ended up getting really crooked on this. I'm not sure why. But it's like thick. It's weird. Like it didn't look like there was hardly any grass on there, but man, it was definitely shooting chunks out the side. So so we're at about the 10-minute mark, you know. So clearly I didn't get this yard done in 10 minutes, but it's going to be pretty darn close because I'm almost done cutting it, as you can see here. And you know, when I'm doing these videos where I'm showing you me cutting it in real time, I'm kind of hoping that it's at least to some extent, you know, inspirational to you. You know, because like when I was working for the government, you know, and I was making, I think I wasn't quite making $20 an hour, but I was close, and I was pretty happy with that. You know, and if somebody had told me that I could, you know, depending on what neighborhood I was in, make $100 an hour or more, I don't know if I would have believed them. So that's why I post videos like this, because I want you guys to see, like, that's definitely possible. You can make a great amount of money in lawn care. And so now I'm just, you know, turn the mower off, turn the fuel line, close the fuel line, and secure the mower to the truck. So we're almost done. And again, me goofing around with the cameras, that's losing precious seconds. And I really do think about it in those terms. You know, you don't want to lose seconds. You know, seconds turn into minutes, minutes turn into hours, and that's money that you've lost. I try and always be as absolutely efficient as I possibly can. And so now I'm grabbing the blower, and I would normally just be going for it at this point, but, you know, gotta turn the camera around. Gotta make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. I secretly actually kind of think this is cool. I kind of envy those guys that are comfortable just setting up tripods, you know, on customers' lawns. I am not comfortable doing that at all. I feel like I would look like a complete fool. Because honestly, what kind of weirdo is recording themselves cutting grass? You know what I mean? It is kind of weird that, like, you know, I do think about that because I enjoy watching lawn care videos. Like, I really enjoy it, but it's like one of those things, like, you almost don't want to tell people because it's kind of a weird thing to watch. But then it's not. I mean, you know, you watch the DIY. I like watching the DIY channel, and that's dudes working. So it's not actually weird, but let me tell you, man, it definitely feels weird recording stuff. Like, I definitely won't record something if I think anybody's home or if I think anybody's going to see me because, man, it feels weird. But, I think that pretty much wraps it up because the backyard, like, no clippings go anywhere on, you know, hard surfaces, you know, so it's not a big deal. So that's it. Thank you for watching. It's Randy with Dolan Cut and Trim. Have a good one.